So hey, what it do, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Your boy Diamond Plays here, and in this video, well, actually today I'm gonna be straight honest with you. No gameplay today. I might actually do some gameplay tomorrow, but today I'm actually gonna be rebirthing my series. I got two videos coming out for you today. Now, yeah, obviously you've seen the title. I am starting top fives now. I'm actually doing top fives. So I mean, after all the patches have come out, you know, all the weapons got their tweaks, got their buffs, nerfs, and stuff like that. I am making my top 5 best multiplayer weapons in Black Ops 3. How did I almost forget about this part? Oh yeah, right before we start, make sure you hit that subscribe and like button if you do enjoy the stuff that I do, and I will be doing more top 5s in the future along with gameplays and etc. And keep in mind, right before we hop into the number 5 spot, that this is of all time in Black Ops 3. Keep in mind that it says that in the title, and what I mean by that is I'm talking about this gun in its prime, and even this gun after it got its buffs, you know, and patch notes and stuff like that. So now we're actually about to hop into this list. That number 5 spot, we're starting off with the P06. Now a lot of people probably not expecting to see a sniper at all on this list, but if you're gonna pick a sniper, a lot of people are gonna be looking at me like, oh, you could have picked the SVG at least. But here's why I say the P06. P06 is probably one of the best by far weapons for safeguard, especially, man, because this thing it can destroy the robot pretty easily. I think it destroys it in maybe a clip and a half. And I think an entire clip with FMJ it will destroy the robot. So that's actually really nice. Also on top of that, P06 holds good ammo. And the P06 also has a really high fire rate. I mean, for it to be a sniper, even a charge burst, it has a really high fire rate. Even though it has that burst delay, that's probably its biggest weakness. But other than that, this sniper is really amazing. I'm surprised that I actually haven't nerfed it or anything at all. If they did, I really didn't notice that many changes with it. But P06 is by far one of the most underrated weapons in the game, especially like you're really good sniper. This sniper can be overpowered. It can really be overpowered if you are a good shot with the sniper like myself. Now we are moving on to the Kuda for the number 4 spot. Now the reason I would say the Kuda, and this is not the current version of the Kuda, but we're talking about the pre-patch Kuda. We're talking about the Kuda before it got nerfed in hardcore, became like a 2-shot kill minimum or something like that. I don't think it's a 1-shot kill in hardcore anymore. And before they nerfed its range, we're talking about that Kuda. The Kuda was actually more top tier than the VMP. It was actually more top tier than the VMP. Kuda had more accuracy. It was a little bit more stable, had decent damage and range. The Kuda was a straight now moving into the number 3 spot, we have the pre-patch Man-O-War. Like, this thing was actually top tier before they nerfed it. Even after the nerfs, like, if you can actually find like very safe spots to reload, this thing is actually still good. But like ever since they gave it its reload nerf, like they slowed down the reload animation, slowed down the reload time and stuff. Like, yeah, this gun kind of dropped a little bit. Kind of dropped, in my opinion, from being like a 9 out of 10 gun to being almost a 7.5 out of 10. So like this gun actually kind of went down just because of that nerf that they got, but it didn't get any damage nerfs. But of course we're talking about the pre-patch Man-O-War. I'm not talking about the current version of this gun. I really don't like the Man-O-War only for one reason. Of course, it's its fire rate. That's the only reason it stays at number 3. But it's strong as hell. Like, it gets a bit of power. It gets that 3-shot kill range, which actually makes it a fan favorite. Anyway, considering the fact I'm not even a VMP player, I have to give this gun some love because this thing also was top tier. The VMP. The VMP was a top tier weapon before it got nerfed. There's really not too many top tier SMGs, but I mean, this is actually one of the remaining ones. I see why a lot of pros use this thing. This thing has a high fire rate, and you ran grip, quick draw, or yeah, like grip and quick draw. You didn't even really need a third attachment. This thing was just rip people, man. There's not too much to really say about this gun. This gun just to the number 1 spot. I do have 3 honorable mentions, as in they're really good, but they just wasn't, you know, they weren't that good enough to make the list. But first honorable mention, we're going with the Vesper. The Vesper pre-patch, man. Oh my goodness, I'm talking about when the Vesper first came out. Like, the Vesper was on the roller coaster, man. It just went from getting, it was like one of the best SMGs. It was, I think it was the best SMG in the game, and then they nerfed it. It became the absolute worst gun in the game. When they nerfed it so bad, it became literally the worst weapon in the game. And then they rebuffed it again. It was stronger. It was even better than when it was when the game first came out. And then they nerfed it again. And now I kind of feel that the Vesper is just right. But the Vesper is just, it's the fire rate, man. The fire rate and its accuracy, that combo right there, that's what allows it to rep people at close range, man. It just pretty much at point blank range situations, you are not gonna win like at close range. Like, even with a VMP, like the Vesper has the advantage at those close ranges. Like, you can even take down shotguns, unless the shotgun is of course a one hitter and it just pretty much right in your face and it gets the first shot. All right, second honorable mention is the Razorback. Now, I don't want them to all be SMGs, so this is the last one. Now, the SMG or the Razorback, I really kind of called this thing an assault rifle. You guys know I love the Razorback, but it didn't really make the list because it's too slow. It's accurate, but it's just a little bit too slow. It wasn't really that good enough to make the list. But the last honorable mention, I'm going with the Shiva. Now, the Shiva, it was pretty high tier. It's pretty top tier. I think they did a nerf tier. I don't remember what they did to it. I think they did a type of nerf. I don't know exactly what they did, like I said, but the Shiva is actually really good, especially at those long ranges, especially if you're not really too good with a sniper. It's like a marksman rifle. If you're like a marksman rifle type, you just like 2-shot, 3-shot semi-automatics. If you're the type who likes, you know, the FAL from Black Ops 2, you like the MK from Modern Warfare 3, you like the MK from Ghost, you like marksman rifles from Ghost and stuff like that, the Shiva was for you. But anyway, the number one spot is the gun directly under it. The M8 is still probably one of the best top tier weapons for competitive and one of the best overall guns in the game. Its only weakness, I kind of discussed it in the other video that I made similar to this, is pretty much its point blank range. Like, that's really it. It's just not too good at close range, you know, against like something like a shotgun or Vesper VMP, something like that. That's its only weakness. Other than that, like medium range, long range, this thing just destroys people. And if you run the class setup that I have, you have quick draw stock grip, it just simply destroys people. It just melts people. And if there's an icon at the top left, I'm getting notifications. I'm recording straight off my PlayStation, so I'm sorry about that. But anyway, I really don't have much to say about the M8. I mean, it's just been one of the best guns in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. This gun just dominates, especially like for AR players like myself. Anyway, I am pretty much done this top 5 list. Make sure you subscribe and like if you want to see any other top 5s like this. I will do zombies and multiplayer. So yeah, just hit me up in the comment section. You want to see a top 5 worst, top 5 best maps, you want to see something like that, top 5 best DLC maps, anything like that, any ideas for me, hit me up, because I am starting top 5s now. I think I'm going to do another one later today. I think I'm doing 2 videos today. I might be double uploading, but anyway guys, peace out.